For the past 130 years, the American Society for Engineering Education has been dedicated to the advancement of engineering and its instruction. Every annual meeting brings together students, educators, and industry to shape the future of engineering education. This year in Baltimore, ASEE's annual meeting is back, and the only place to catch all of its highlights is ASEE TV. Hi there, I'm Melissa Kim, host of ASEE TV. In today's episode, we're focusing on how you, the ASEE attendees, can make the most of your meeting experience. We'll talk to outgoing ASEE President Jenna Carpenter about her past year in office and what's to come at this year's meeting and beyond. Then we'll talk to Donna Riley and Nadia Kellum about getting involved with ASEE's publication. Plus, we'll pop into the Student Showcase poster session to see what research students are presenting this year. And then finally, we'll take a tour of top-notch institutions in engineering education across the country, from Pennsylvania to New Mexico to Ohio. But first, let's check out the all-new ASEE Job Fair.
When out of the job fair, I'm really looking just to see what's out there because I'm not quite sure where to start my search. I know I need to, but it's been a good starting point for, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that was program was the thing.
Just kind of seeing what the job fair is like, looking for networking, handing out a couple business cards, maybe a resume, and yeah, it should be hopefully pretty productive, get my name thrown in the hat, ask them what I can be doing this next year to prepare for my application cycle the following year.
So we're trying to recruit not only for students, possibly at master's or PhD level, we're also recruiting for potential faculty and a line for either teaching track faculty or possibly all the way through tenure track.
It's interesting that I could only see a few industry, like and math work, but the rest are all schools. So.
And talking with a lot of the students, they certainly seem very interested in being able to kind of build out that knowledge further and possibly here at ASEE really apply the education side of things and figure out what new aspects can we have to be able to reach more students to try to help support them in their learning, right, to help reach a broader audience.
At Penn State's College of Engineering, the Leonard Center is supporting innovative teaching. Let's see how they're working to promote a welcoming and inclusive world-class engineering education.
The Leonard Center was established in 1990 with an endowment from the Leonard family. The mission of the Leonard Center is to improve engineering education at Penn State. And we do this in a lot of different ways, such as through our funding initiatives. Every year we invest about $500,000 back into the college for educational innovation projects, with the topics ranging all over the place, anything from ethics to academic integrity to global issues to creativity in the classroom, and most recently relating to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We have a teaching seminar for graduate students. We also offer professional development programs for undergraduate through the engineering ambassadors, and we're always looking for what's up and coming, what's the next interesting and innovative idea that we can pursue.
We're now joined by Jenna Carpenter, outgoing president. Thanks for being here today, Jenna.
Glad to be here.
So first of all, what do you think your biggest achievements have been in the last year?
I would say probably sort of the restructuring, reorganization of ASEE to be more nimble, to be better prepared to lead engineering education into the rest of the 21st century.
As we all like to be, right? Yes. And so how does ASEE ensure that engineering curricula and programs align with the evolving needs of this industry and prepare students for the future job market? Something we're all thinking about, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's a really great question. I mean, certainly with the pandemic, the last few years, we've seen that things can change pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. And then this spring, just with the evolution of AI, which really is sort of changing things under our feet. So ASEE really provides a lot of fantastic opportunities. The conference has thousands of paper sessions. Of course, our proceedings, you can see things that people have done. So it's a great way to find out what other people are doing because we're all sort of grappling with the same issues. You know, we have the interdivisional town hall, we have some roundtables, so it's a chance for you to network with other people who have the same sorts of challenges, to share the kinds of ideas and best practices that you need. So it really is a great resource.
Kind of touching a little bit on that, for the people coming here, ideally, how can they make the most of their time, the best use of their time here?
Oh, that's a great question too. So I would say the plenaries are a great thing to do. So there's a plenary Monday and Tuesday. You'll learn about some ASWE initiatives, get to hear some really good thought leaders. I mentioned the interdivisional town hall. That's always a session where people come from all over ASWE and talk about really urgent topics. That's always a great thing to do. I always tell people, you know, find some of the divisions that relate to sort of your everyday job, you know, the topics you teach, the courses you teach. Find some sessions to go there, and then look for some of the cross-divisional sessions, things like Minorities in Engineering Division, or ERM. And then the other thing you really should do is make sure you go to the exhibit hall. We have almost 100 exhibitors this year, huge. So you'll find a lot of great things there as well. And then you should volunteer. So every division needs volunteers. So find a division, go to their business meeting, and find out how you can get involved.
And ASEE is coming on a milestone, 130th anniversary.
That's right.
What can members look out for? What should they expect to see? What are some of the things that they can do to
Well,
celebrate?
probably one of the things we're doing is a Hall of Fame. So this is something ASWE hasn't done in about 30 years. And so the Hall of Fame is really to recognize ASWE members that have had long-term significant impact on ASWE and on engineering education.
Okay.
So really want to encourage everybody to nominate people from your institution, your division, your disciplinary area, your section, your zone, because we really want a lot of great nominations, and we're going to recognize them. There'll be a 130th anniversary gala in Washington, D.C. in October, and so the people who get nominated and recognized there.
Thanks so much, Jenna, for so much of that wisdom from your year as ASEE president. Up next, Navajo Technical University is on a mission to serve the Navajo people. Their transformative engineering programs are promoting community-centered philosophies alongside a strong engineering education.
That's
part of who we are as Navajo people.
NTU is the first tribal college to attempt to have engineering programs. Our president actually was, he made the decision that NTU was going to be a 4-year engineering institution. All the other tribal colleges that pursued engineering did pre-engineering, so 2-year programs. And so that was a big, important decision because we want faculty that can inspire other, Navajo children to say that, yeah, I can be an engineer.
I do want to continue to work within the Navajo Nation, and it doesn't matter what I continue to do, but programming is something I really love doing, and to be able to teach it will be something I would be fascinated with too as well.
We intentionally want to empower the Navajo to be in control of their own futures.
We're joined now by Donna Riley, Nadia Kellum. You guys are both on the committee for scholarly publications. Thanks for taking the time to sit down and chat with us today.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah. So first of all, tell me what the committee does and what some of your duties are.
So President Cheryl Sorby had an idea during her term that ASWE really ought to be spending more time emphasizing our publications, because the scholarly work of the society is really central to what we do. And she wanted to elevate that and feature that. So the committee pulls together journal editors from all of the division journals as well as the society level journals. And so we meet with the editors and some other field experts, and we talk about how we can work better together, how the society can better support scholarship. And we don't just focus on our print publications, we're talking about new venues, new kinds of ways that we can report out findings from engineering education research and ways that we can reach different audiences.
So certainly evolving with the times of social media, if you will, and all kinds of digital publications. That's very neat. So contemporary topics, what are some of those that you guys have addressed in this past year?
There are a lot of really cool stuff going on. The Chemical Engineering Education Journal recently did an article on mental health. There's some editorials with JEE around artificial intelligence and, chat GPT conversations, things around, emotions and sustainability. And
we're just now starting to see research coming out about what the impact of the pandemic has been for higher education. So that's going to, I think, continue in years to come. But we're really just starting to see some of the conversations around how students were impacted and how engineering education adapted to the pandemic conditions and what we've learned and how we're going to take that forward.
Coming off that kind of goes into my next question in terms of a lot of these topics. How do you think that they're going to shape the future of engineering and this field in general? I mean, obviously the pandemic, AI, how do you see that affecting the future?
I hope we continue to be super agile, and by expanding it to more scholarly products and not just moving beyond only conference papers and journal articles. I feel like that'll give us more opportunities to really see what's actually happening in the world. How can we be responsive to it now? And then the research will follow. So I think we have a lot of opportunity to sort of influence where the field goes.
So we've touched on a lot of topics in a very short period of time. Where can people go if they want to be able to read about some of these things and find all this work?
Probably the easiest is just to Google or search for ASEE journals, and you should come up. There's a website that has the society-wide journals and then all of the division journals, and go in there and explore and find some articles that are of interest.
Thanks so much, Donna and Nadia. A lot of insight there into ASEE's publications. Now we're headed to the Student Showcase poster session. Let's find out what engineering students have been researching this year. At Cleveland State University's Washkowitz College, engineering education and entrepreneurship intersect. We're headed there now to witness huge impacts fueled by revolutionary engineers and the power of innovation.
Cleveland State University and the Washkowitz College of Engineering have evolved significantly over our 100 years of existence. Our major initiative now on interdisciplinary integrated majors we think will provide that impact that is needed, combining English with computer science for jobs in AI and natural language processing, health sciences with data science for jobs in digital medical records, and we're integrating our own majors in electrical engineering and mechanical engineering for jobs in mechatronics and automation.
Then we also have a strong participation with the National Science Foundation I-Corps program, which helps students to take their ideas and grow them into a viable business.
We are a model, we believe, for a public urban serving college. We are an innovative, forward-thinking, collaborative college that provides value to our students through social mobility and value to the region with economic impact.
Well, that brings the first episode of this year's ASEE TV to a close. There's still plenty more to come throughout the week, but if you want to check out some of this episode's highlights, you can keep watching ASEE TV on screens around the Convention Center, on the ASEE website, in your hotel room on Channel 90 at the Sheraton, and finally on YouTube and Twitter. In our next episode, we'll learn more about how ASEE prepares its members for academia and industry. We'll hear from Nancy Studdy about ASEE's division journals. Joyce Main and Holly Matskovich will discuss the review process for getting published in JEE and AEE. And Tricia A. Pinder-Grover will teach us how to leverage your agency to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion wherever you are in the engineering world. Until then, I'm Melissa Kim, and we'll see you tomorrow.